Every day, hundreds of thousands of patrolmen report for duty, armed with a badge and the latest in video technology. You are about to witness their never-before-seen footage, their stories caught on tape. Now on Disorderly Conduct, an officer lays down the law.
If you move, I'm gonna blow a hole right through your head.
A pizza man serves up a suspect.
Pizza man's gonna get a commendation.
This driver gets a little too close. This couple pushes their luck a little too far. And it appears this undercover cop has run out of luck altogether.
Get me some damn help.
If you're ready for some serious disorderly conduct, then you're in luck.
That's what I think of you.
It starts as a simple stop for speeding in Cleveland, Ohio. Officer Jim Simone spots a gun on the floorboard, but he calmly pretends all is well until he can get the driver out of the car. The moment the suspect steps out, the lawman draws his weapon.
Put your hands on top of that car right now. Get on your knees right now. You move, I'm gonna blow a hole right through your head. You understand me?
He immediately calls for backup.
6-6, give me some help on the Froebrook Bridge. I got a man with a gun.
The man tries to claim the gun isn't real, but Officer Simone isn't buying it.
You move or I'm gonna kill you. Put your hands on top of your head.
He appears to cooperate as his female passengers remain in the car.
Give me some help out here ASAP. I will blow you right in half if you move from where you're at.
But when the suspect sees another cop responding, everything changes.
Put your hands on top of your head. Put your hands on... Don't move, brother, I'm telling you. There he goes.
A second look shows that the officer grabs the man's hair, but he's not able to stop him. As the suspect escapes, he barely misses the responding police car. He's now got a head start as he floors it into a nearby residential section. Both passengers bail out as the man races well ahead of his pursuers. As officers catch up, he swerves and slams into a car. Finally, he loses control on this turn and plows into a utility pole. He's quickly arrested, and Officer Simone finds out just who he was dealing with. It turns out the suspect was on parole and had 20 prior felony arrests. He's charged with felony flight, as well as assault on a police officer, and is sentenced to 4 years in prison. Police officer Larry Smith is in hot pursuit after trying to pull over a speeding pickup truck in Marshall, Texas. The truck pulls a high-speed U-turn and heads down the other side of the interstate. Officer Smith stays right behind him. He ups the ante, hoping to shake the pursuit by driving straight into oncoming traffic. Suddenly, he's back, cutting right in front of the officer and driving into oncoming traffic in the other direction. Now both are going the wrong way at 90 miles an hour. No surprise this time, yet another U-turn. But at least it's off the freeway and in the right direction. But the suspect hasn't slowed down a bit. This time he has a real good lead, but he still can't shake the intrepid Officer Smith. Finally, he slows to a stop. The suspect knows it's just him and one police car on the lonely country road. He wants to finish it right here. Officer Smith tries to outrun the oncoming truck, but his quick thinking is not enough to avoid impact. The officer opens fire as the uninjured suspect speeds away. The chase is over for Officer Smith, but a backup unit later finds the truck abandoned down the road. Turns out it was stolen. Police also found a shotgun in the cab. The suspect was found and arrested 2 days later. He took his best shot, but he still had to pay in the end. Hardyville, South Carolina promotes itself as one of the fastest growing towns in the Southeast. But today, motorists here think things are moving a little too fast. It's a high-speed pursuit through this area near the Georgia border. Police suspect that this Nissan was stolen by the two juveniles inside. The young man at the wheel has no problem taking chances with innocent lives as he cuts between trucks. He also puts officers in danger as he does whatever it takes to get away.
Get around, get around, get around. Come on.
Before long, the pursuit heads into Georgia. The teenager loses one cop at this off-ramp.
Getting off on Gwinnett Street towards the Amtrak station.
But the cruiser with the cameras stays on his tail. The kid blows past stop signs as he speeds through neighborhoods. Soon, the chase enters historic Old Town Savannah. As he flies down the tree-lined streets, you can just sense that this is not going to end safely. The Nissan doesn't even slow down as it approaches a stop sign, and a pickup truck driver pays the price. Officers expect to find the teens injured, but these two aren't done running yet. The female passenger gets out first, with the male driver close behind. They bolt down the street, with lawmen from several jurisdictions in hot pursuit. After a short distance, the female runs right, then drops to the ground. The male keeps going, but he's captured several blocks away. The 16-year-old boy and 15-year-old girl now face juvenile court charges in 2 different states. More smashing disorderly conduct is just around the corner. Faster than a fleeing suspect, more powerful than a cop on foot, it's Pizza Delivery Man. And non-lethal crooks knock over a store with a stun gun. Watch and be stunned with more disorderly conduct coming up next. A police officer in Sherwood, Arkansas has stopped this truck for erratic driving. After watching the driver trade seats with the passenger while being pulled over. But he isn't fooled by the switch.
Mind if I see your driver's license since you was driving? I'm driver's license, sir. You don't have a driver's license? No, sir. Suspended. Okay. He's driving, though. No, you were driving. I saw you driving. I saw your little swap.
The officer has pretty much all he needs to make an arrest.
I smell alcohol on you. Before you say anything on the radio, you're right. You have the right to remain silent.
But it's not quite registering with the suspect.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Can I get him to drive me home, sir, please? Why don't you just let him drive in the beginning? I mean, instead of you driving. Because I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant. I'm stupid. I have no...
The officer tries a little test to see if the man really is ignorant or drunk. Or maybe both.
Do you know your ABCs? Yes, sir. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Z, X, Y, W. Let me see. V, U, T, S, R, Q, O. No, wait a minute. Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, L. Okay.
The officer has heard enough. It's time to move on to the handcuffing phase of this arrest. But the suspect still thinks he can bargain his way out.
Can I not go home? No,
please,
come on.
Come on, look.
Come on, turn around here.
No, wait a minute.
No, come here.
Wait a minute.
Come here, damn it.
Wait a minute. I'm not.
Come here.
I'm coming.
Okay, get back over here. Put your hands on the car.
Can I please?
Put your hands on the car.
Clearly, this arrest is going to happen. At least it's clear to most of us.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Wait a minute. I just want to talk to you, man.
No.
But the irate suspect refuses to be cuffed.
Oh, please, sir. Don't play. Wait a minute. I just want to talk to you, man.
No.
The officer relaxes his grip for a split second, and the suspect is off and running. And there they are, running in the distance as the officer calls for assistance.
I need backup.
There is no police backup on the scene, but there is one man who will make all the difference. He's been watching this incident unfold from a location off camera while making his rounds in the neighborhood. He is a pizza delivery man in this red car. And he's going to get himself a slice of the action. The suspect is cut off by the car and collared, but the pizza delivery man doesn't have time to hang around. He's got pizza to deliver, and it better be hot. He's long gone by the time more cops arrive on the scene. But the suspect is in custody. The officer didn't get the name of that pizza delivery man, but he sure wants to thank him.
Pizza man's gonna get a commendation. What? He run his car up in front of the little man and stopped. I hope it's on tape. I hope it's on tape.
Two men swoop into this Texas convenience store and immediately jump the counter. While one suspect restrains the clerk, his ruthless partner shoots her with a stun gun. The shaken employee doesn't open the register fast enough, so one of the men smashes it to the floor. Another camera captures the man leaving with the cash drawer. The 18-second episode nets the suspects a whopping $70. If and when they are caught, that won't begin to even cover their bail. It's early morning in Fort Worth, Texas, and police think they've spotted a stolen car. It seems the owner left his keys in the ignition for a few minutes, and when he returned, his ride was gone. This car fits the description, and now the female driver refuses to pull over. Before long, she picks up the pace, and the chase is on. Suddenly, she swerves to avoid another car, but she overcorrects, loses control, and slams into a restaurant. Police rush in and find the 19-year-old suspect slightly injured, but still conscious. She's charged with felony evading and auto theft. As for the restaurant, it has a new drive-through window until repairs can be made. Keep your eyes on the road. More disorderly conduct is dead ahead. A kid chooses a 30-foot drop over a speeding ticket. And the door, the sword, and the taser. Stay put. More disorderly conduct is moments away. Officer Pat McGrail is in pursuit of a speeding Mustang in Hurst, Texas. The young man behind the wheel figures he's got the horsepower and the driving skills to outrun the law. And he's willing to endanger the lives of everyone on this freeway to prove it. The suspect veers off the road at 90 miles an hour, trying to lose the officer. A few miles later, he tries running on the median. But the median runs out, and so does his luck. It's a 30-foot plus drop into the dry creek bed. And the suspect has taken it at about 80 miles an hour, ending up on the other side, where you can see smoke rising from the trees. It'll be a miracle if he's still alive or conscious, but Officer McGrail approaches with caution. The suspect is trying to crawl from the wreck. Officer McGrail quickly has him secured. No guns, no drugs. Just didn't want a ticket. It's a heavy price to pay, lying in excruciating pain at the bottom of a riverbed. The suspect was later lifted out of the creek bed and put into a hospital bed. Hopefully next time, he'll take the ticket instead of the dive. Kansas City, Kansas. Behind that door is a man who refuses to be taken to a mental hospital.
Come on here, talk to us, man.
He failed a court-ordered psychiatric exam, and now he's hiding in his bathroom from deputies.
I got an order from the court, come on.
The patient lawmen do their best to reason with the young man.
I've got full papers from the judge, man.
But he refuses to surrender. A special camera attached to a taser gun documents the drama as an officer tries to open the door handle.
We're not sliding the sucker under there so you can tear it up.
The door swings open to reveal a startling sight.
Put it down. Put it down. Shut that down, brother. Put it down.
That's a sword in the man's right hand.
Shut that down.
When he refuses to drop his weapon,
Drop that knife. Last chance.
officers drop him.
Set it down.
The man takes a direct hit from the taser and falls to the ground. But incredibly, he gets back up with sword in hand.
Drop it, Rochelle. Drop it.
Electricity continues to pour into his body, but he still won't relinquish that weapon. Finally, after a third jolt, the man goes from combative to cooperative.
Keep your hands where I can get to him.
After the taser prongs are removed from his body, he's handcuffed and taken into custody. He's charged with aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer after he's taken to a state hospital for further psychiatric tests. Police pursue a suspected drug dealer who reportedly carjacked this vehicle with one desperate victim still inside. The carjacking happened on the streets of West Palm Beach, Florida, after an officer saw a suspected drug deal go down. The suspect ran, stopped this car, and ejected the lady driver. The carjacked passenger climbs into the back seat.
It looks like the passenger in the back is struggling with the driver.
Now the car skids onto the wrong side of the road. As he flies through a crowded intersection, he puts the lives of other drivers in danger. He tries a hard right turn, but crashes into another car, injuring the occupants. The chase is back on again with a group of patrol cars following.
Does he still have the passenger? Yeah, looks like he tried to get out the passenger, but it didn't work out.
With the carjacked passenger grabbing him, the driver becomes even more erratic.
Coming into heavy traffic now.
Now he heads onto Interstate 95 with the police right on his tail. The struggle continues inside the stolen car. The suspect desperately tries to get through the heavy traffic. He finally passes on the shoulder.
He's gonna cross over 95, and now we're gonna be going south on 95.
The officers stay with him. Suddenly, the suspect stops as he runs out of gas.
He's bailing out.
And both men dash across the busy freeway. The cops follow on foot, but they have no idea why the victim also flees the scene. Officers quickly catch the carjacker, but the victim in this very strange case is never found. Police do find a loaded weapon in the car, and the suspect's charged with a long list of offenses, including aggravated fleeing, having a concealed weapon, and resisting arrest. Don't flee the scene. You are wanted by disorderly conduct. A truck takes out the trash and everything in its path. And an undercover cop fights tooth and nail for his life. Don't miss it. Disorderly conduct will be right back. Summersville, Kansas. A report to 911 claims that a dump truck is weaving all over the road. So a deputy goes to make sure the caller's not just talking trash. There's the truck, and sure enough, the driver is digging up dirt. Just when it looks like he's back on the straight and narrow, he clips this guardrail. Fortunately, there's no traffic as the dump truck crosses lanes and swerves from side to side along this country road. Next, he sideswipes a utility pole, takes out a mailbox, and crashes into a ditch where he levels yet another pole. Finally, the truck stops for good alongside the road. The deputy runs up, fully expecting to find a wasted waste truck driver. It turns out the man at the wheel is perfectly sober. But he's a diabetic who was falling into unconsciousness. It's another day on the job for Detective Sam Peacock. Working undercover on the back roads of Evergreen, Alabama, he's driving behind a suspected drug dealer on the way to attempt a narcotics buy and hopefully make an arrest.
Okay, we're up at Brown, trailer park.
A hidden camera inside the passenger door rolls as Peacock radios his movements to a backup unit waiting in the wings.
Yeah, we're going straight across Brown on this dirt road.
But what he doesn't know is that the team has lost his signal and has no idea where he is.
Guinea Street. Stop in this. A house here.
At the location, the suspect climbs into the truck and takes the undercover cop's money. But he doesn't hand over any drugs. Instead, he pulls out a gun.
Get up. Get up. I'll give it. Now, get up. Okay, man. Okay, man. Now, you don't have to. Just go on. Just let me leave.
Give me what?
The last thing the detective wants to do is to hand over his wallet.
Give me what?
It has his police badge inside. And with a gun already pointed at his head, there's no telling what might happen.
I got more money, but I ain't got no money in my wallet.
Give me what?
I don't have any money.
Give me your wallet, mother. Give me your wallet. Give me your wallet.
Here. Don't shoot me, man.
That's your man.
Please.
Don't give me your wallet. Here.
The detective has no choice. His cover is about to be blown. He dives for the suspect's gun and reaches for his own. Now it's a life and death struggle. And it's about to get worse. A shot rings out, but no one is hit as each man wrestles for the other's weapon. Peacock calls out to his team for help, but he is still unaware that they can't hear him.
Get me some damn help.
The suspect is confident of his chances, taunting the detective.
Somebody think you hurt. Yeah, so will you. That's what it'll be me. It ain't.
In one last desperate struggle, the men battle tooth and nail for the guns. This time, the shooting is relentless.
Okay.
And this time, somebody is hit. But it's not Detective Peacock.
Okay, man.
Okay, man.
Okay, give me the gun.
You ain't getting.
The suspect has taken a bullet in the leg, and he's getting out while he's still alive to do it. Peacock regroups and gets his truck in gear, trying to follow the suspect.
Come here. I need you know son of a bitch.
Not only is his hidden mic not working, he can't even make a call on his handheld, at least not with a bullet in it. He doesn't find the suspect right away, but he does run into his backup unit, which has been out hunting for his whereabouts. The lawmen regroup, and a few hours later, the suspect is found and booked for armed robbery and attempted murder. Detective Peacock was awarded by the state for his actions. But it's reward enough to have survived every undercover cop's nightmare.
Oh, God damn! I mean, you don't son of a pig!
More running and gunning when disorderly conduct returns. A day at the pawn shop turns a rifle into a baseball bat. And this guy tries to make a clean getaway running in the dirt. Off-road or on. More disorderly conduct is headed your way. Sheriffs in Montclair, California attempt to pull over a suspect after he was reportedly involved in a road rage incident. Cops had the man stopped earlier and even pulled a gun from his car before he took off again. Now he's leading a chase that will take most of the afternoon as a camera in a chopper follows the action. Folks in the neighborhood get wind of the pursuit, and some actually confront the suspect. But the determined driver just continues to race through the normally quiet streets. He talks briefly with a man in a black SUV, then gets back to the slow-speed pursuit. Moments later, he's back chatting with the man in the SUV again, and then starts following him. They part company a few blocks later. But sheriffs are still hanging back, waiting for the right moment to use the precision immobilization technique, the pit maneuver. The pit gets the suspect turned around, but he still has room to run on the sidewalk. A few blocks later, another attempted pit just misses the mark. But the law isn't backing off. Sheriffs put together a winning combination, battering the suspect's car to a halt. But now the suspect is off on foot. And the end of this chase is going to be every bit as strange as the pursuit itself. The man smashes into an awning behind a house as he runs from cops and onlookers. Sheriffs get the man under control, and there's yet another concerned citizen on the scene. A barefoot man in shorts with a gun in his hand emerges from the house to help. A TV camera appears on the scene. It's a full-on media event that ends with the suspect being busted for assault and evading arrest. Right off the bat, it seems there's something wrong with this picture. A young man strolls into a shop in Statesboro, Georgia, holding a rifle. And here comes the cashier right behind him, totally unafraid. This is something the clerk sees every day because this is a pawn shop. A kind of place where you might get some cash for a rifle. Only this guy is out to see what kind of cash he can get with the rifle. In this shop, that's a big no-no. The gutsy cashier doesn't even think twice. He grabs the rifle barrel and struggles with the suspect. One slip of the trigger and it's over, but the man behind the counter isn't about to give up. He calls out to his coworker, climbs over the counter, gets control of the weapon, and, to cap it all off, nearly knocks the guy out cold with the rifle stock as he runs out the door. The suspect still made a run for it, but his escape was about as successful as his attempted robbery. Store employees caught up with the suspect, and he was turned over to the relative safety of the local police. He should have just pawned that rifle in the first place. An officer in Fritch, Texas, pulls over a dirt bike for reckless driving.
Identification?
The man doesn't have a license and tries his best to talk his way out of a ticket after giving the officer his name, address, and phone number. The patrolman leaves the apologetic man to call in a warrant check.
I'll be right back with you.
He's barely in his squad car when the bike takes off like a bullet. The cruiser stays right with him through numerous tight turns, then closes the gap in the straightaway. The dirt bike is in its unpaved element, but still can't shake the squad car. When a police SUV gets in his way, the biker veers off the road again, and the officer goes right with him. The biker darts back onto the asphalt, then quickly off. He leads police out into the desert and over deeply rutted roads. But he still can't lose them. The suspect has one last trick up his sleeve, a disappearing act. The suspect dumps his bike and vanishes for the time being. The man who took police on a high-speed ride through the great outdoors is found hiding in a closet at his mother's house, the same address he gave the arresting officer in the first place. He's arrested and charged with evading arrest and possession of marijuana. Seconds away on disorderly conduct. Suspects go on the attack against officers. Some with their car, some in other ways.
That's what I think of you.
Video that passes the smell test. Next on Disorderly Conduct. Police in Eagle Pass, Texas, tried to pull over a suspected DUI after observing him weave in and out of lanes. The suspect comes to a stop, but the moment the officer gets out of his car, he pulls a fast one. It seems the suspect has seen a few too many James Bond films. He tries to shake off the pursuit by using his left-hand signal, but makes a hard right instead. Now he gets extra tricky. Right signal, left signal, and a fake to the left. After all that work, he must be truly amazed that the officer is still on his tail. So he tries something else, like slamming on his brakes. The officer smacks into the back of the car. And the chase is now a demolition derby. Backup help arrives, and this time the suspect has nowhere to go but jail. He's charged with DUI, resisting arrest, and assault on an officer with his weapon of choice, a motor vehicle. Cocoa Beach, Florida. Police pursue a desperate band of armed men who have allegedly just robbed a pedestrian in broad daylight.
24-0 car with a machine gun, 3 black wheels in the back seat.
The driver floors it on the wrong side of the road, but the law stays close behind.
Northbound US 1, northbound US 1.
It looks like he's trapped, but the driver cuts around this pickup, then plows into the median. Moments later, the chase enters a new, even more dangerous phase as the suspect speeds straight into oncoming traffic.
Give me air time, still northbound 5.
The suspect switches lanes, and the police somehow stay right on his tail through this busy intersection. He tries going against traffic one more time, only this time, the odds catch up with him. Off camera, the suspect hits a pickup truck. No one is injured, and the three suspects bail out and make a run for it. They are brought down with the help of bystanders and charged with armed robbery and fleeing. Police searched the car in the wake of this frightening high-speed chase and found 2 guns, marijuana, and crack cocaine.
You better kill me, but I know I'm coming back for your ass.
He's upset because he's handcuffed in a chair at the West Melbourne, Florida police station. Charged with auto theft and under the watchful gaze of a camera.
Hey, camera, you listening?
Most of what he's saying is unfit for family viewing.
You like to beat people because they don't want to you? Huh?
When he gets tired of talking to the camera, he tries hiding from it.
Right ahead. See how long you gonna move that back for? See how stupid you are.
And he's doing everything he can to intimidate officers in the room.
I tolerate it. Threats don't fade. Yo, go suck a man. Don't ask me. I tolerate it. Don't ask me.
But the suspect is very resourceful. When he's not talking with his mouth, he's talking through another part of his anatomy.
You know what I think of you? That's what I think of you. That's what I think.
That's right. He's condemned himself and everyone in the room to a gas chamber of his own making.
It's funny, huh? Funny. Very funny. It's clear. I wouldn't go in there. It's not clear yet. It's a mess, it's a big one.
Although he's not free at the moment, in the end, he will always have the most valued of human rights, complete freedom to air his views.
That's what I think of you.
Jerry Sunday.